Never. Never. You know, this thing about political interference, it would happen if you allow it.
Stating his side of the story and standing firm on his position that, under his watch, the alleged political interference on the TRC cases was non-existent. Ngcuka says even if there had been attempts to interfere with his work, he would have resisted it.
It never happened during my time. If it had happened, I would have been able to say, no, sorry, it's not going to happen.
Ngcuka says he was committed to taking forward the investigation and prosecution of the TRC cases due to his own history. He detailed his life story, including when he completed his articles at the offices of anti-apartheid lawyer Griffiths Mncenge before the latter's brutal assassination during the apartheid regime in 1981. He had spent 8 months in solitary confinement and was jailed for 3 years in 1982 for refusing to give evidence in the case of another comrade. Ngcuka revealed the challenge of having insufficient evidence to prove a case before a court of law.
There were some of the cases, you take, for example, you take the Biko case. In that case, we realized that we did not have sufficient evidence to get a conviction. We knew, we all knew that the police had killed Steve. We knew that. And so to go and take those police to court when we didn't have sufficient evidence, they would have been acquitted. And would have ended up with egg on our faces to go and prosecute a case that you know you're going to lose. The evidence was just not enough for us to do that.
The former NDPP head says he inherited an office that was faced with the challenges of limited resources and a lack of manpower.
Probably had roughly about 300, between 300 and 350 investigators, about 55 lawyers, somewhere there, 50, 55, and about 30 or so analysts, and about 5 or so accountants. So that was the number.
And
there were very few.
Yes, can you give the Commission, I mean, that's an abstract number, but rooting it with what was happening on the ground, how thinly were those investigators spread, those 320?
Very thin.
Ngcuka is due to return to the inquiry in approximately 2 weeks' time after his lawyers unsuccessfully argued that due to the fact that Ngcuka had not implicated anyone in his statement, there was no need for cross-examination. Public hearings will continue on Tuesday. SABC News, Johannesburg.